All right. Let's talk this boxing. Wait for some people to come in the chat. What's going on, Kenneth Johnson? What's going on? We got cats now wanting to fess up to the truth, man. It's time, man. It's over with. It's over with. Okay, the guy's the number one dude in boxing. Fess up. Stop all this dumb shit. Stop trying to sell. Stop trying to sell people bill of goods, man. We know what the deal is. We know what the deal is. If anybody else had done this shit, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, dog. If Canelo Alvarez was 40-0-1, if he was 42-0 or 43-0-1 or 42-0-1 with 41 knockouts, dog, or 49, whatever that is, come on, man, we wouldn't even be having this fucking conversation, dog. Okay? You guys are doing way too much trying to get out of this, homie. Okay? Way too much to try to get out of this. But, man, today I just want to talk to my cats in the Ldbc. Shout out to the Lions Den boxing community. Aloy Boso in the building. What's good? We'll wait till like 100 people come into the building and we'll start going, man. But I just thought I would shout out to Ldbc, the members of the Ldbc, because, dog, we doing a hell of a job, man. Hell of a job, man. Thank you, 78 Sports TV, dude. Excellent, excellent job, man. I'm out here on Twitter watching these people just roll over with their love for the Ldbc. But they don't know that they're just showing love. I know they're just showing love because, you know, we on their minds like that, dog. We on your mind like that. You must love us. You must love us. You know, you can love me or hate me, but put your ass in the seat, dog. Okay? Put your ass in the seat. I'm loving it, man. Salute Outlaw Jr. Let me say what's up to everybody. Okay, we 5 more people and we'll do the roll call and we'll get it going. We're going to talk about a couple things today. Number one, Deontay Wilder is the top dude in boxing right now. Fuck what you talking about other than that, okay? You can do historical comparisons, all that. That's fine and dandy, dog, but we living in 2000. We living in 2019, homie, okay? We living in 2019, and the beat goes on, okay? I love Ali to death. I love Ali to death. But I can have a reasonable conversation with people about Deontay Wilder and Muhammad Ali. I can actually have a reasonable conversation. Somebody can say, oh, but his knockout power. And I got to think, oh, well, you know, yeah, he can punch. Shit. Anybody gets hit by that shit can get put out. You know, we can have the conversation. We can't have that conversation about a lot of people, dog. Okay? You're Anthony Joshua. We can't have that conversation. He got knocked the fuck out. What's going on, man? Exactly. You hating on the Ldbc. You hating on Unity. Man, dude, look, first of all, what y'all motherfuckers need to get to just, hey, enjoy it. Because I'm enjoying your bullshit. I'm enjoying it. I'm even cracking jokes with y'all on Twitter now. I'm having a good time, dog. I'm having a good time. He's the hardest hitting man in boxing I've ever seen. Yeah, that's what I can say. I ain't never seen nobody hit harder than him. And I've never seen anybody set up knockouts better than him. I've never seen it. And I'm older than most of y'all, so I know y'all ain't seen it. Okay? And here's the fact. None of y'all motherfuckers can whoop him. Canelo, can you whoop him? Give Canelo a big ass, you know, a whole fucking cow full of fucking Kimbuterol in his ass will get knocked out. Okay? Ain't no fake. The dude was outweighed by 20 pounds. Dude, this dude is knocking out cats that are outweighing him by 20 pounds. How is that not pound for pound? How is it? He's the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. Nobody is knocking out people that are that much bigger than him. If that's what you want to do, tell me somebody in boxing that is knocking out people outweighing them by 40 pounds. Hey, Mass Arms, thank you, man. Much love in that soup. Joe, much love to the general. Man, where the fuck is my wrench at? Damn. There you go. Man, much love to my man, 78 and Mass Arms. But let me tell y'all, man, I'm going to talk about Deontay Wilder, but I'm going to spend some time on the Ldbc for real. I really am. Because I got a call from somebody last night, dog. That's my brother, man. That is my dude. I gotta tell you, man. I know you're listening. More than likely, you listening, dog. You my dude, man. I really appreciated that, man. I really appreciated it. Absolutely. But we up in these motherfuckers' asses because Steve Kim, you talking about the Ldbc. You talking about us. The PBC pom-pom waivers, that's us. We on your mind, bitch. We on your mind, dog. We on your mind. We in your head, man. We living rent-free in your head. Actually, many of us get paid. So thank you, YouTube. We getting paid to tap dance in your fucking brain. You know we got you. We know we got you. We got the researchers. Dude, you got to understand, man, how we are murdering these motherfuckers, man. Dude, we've got better boxing historians. We've got better. It's literally a better organization than Ring Magazine's boxing organization is. We put out more content. We got better. We put out more content. We put out more diversified content. We've got better boxing historians. We've got more writers. We've got more content producers. Easy. If you combine the views that we do, we get more views on on our platform of choice. And you know who we are. And we can do all that without a promoter, dog. We're killing you. It's official. We're killing you. Killing you. Thank you, 78. Excellent idea, dog. Excellent idea. And that's why I joined the Ldbc. Because at first, I always wanted to be in the Ldbc. Because I was in the live streams, in the chats. I mean, not the live streams. I was watching the videos and doing all that well before I ever did a channel. But when 78 said, you know, we're going to do this I'm going to do this Ldbc thing. And what we're going to do is this. Dog, my mind was like, yeah. That's fucking brilliant. Brilliant. Not just smart, not just a good idea. That shit is brilliant. And it has morphed you motherfuckers. Morphed y'all. Like, you can't even fucking say some shit without thinking about it. You can't put out an article about linear without looking over your fucking shoulder like, what are these motherfuckers going to do? What's the lowest common denominator going to do? Are they going to cut? Yeah. They're going to do it. Oh, the pom-pom waivers. That's the Ldbc. Thank you. And everybody knows, and here's the thing. When you say pom-pom waivers, everybody knows who you're talking about. So you actually not even saying the name. It's so fucking well known that everybody knows who you talking about. You can't even fake like you ain't talking about it. You ain't talking about us. But which one? See, this is another thing too. Which one? You can't even effectively criticize somebody because anytime you criticize the group, I can find you 5 or 6 different point of views that say something different. So it's like you're punching a cloud of smoke. Just from an argument, just like it's from a debating tactic, dog, you're arguing with an idea that can solidify at will. You motherfuckers is just getting hurt, dog. You're getting hurt, man. You're getting hurt. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm loving it, dude. I'm loving every second of it. Focus ball, what's good? Deep B's nuts and the takeover Trill and OG Boxing Talk. No, it's the Trill. No, let me tell you, B's nuts. Watch this. I'm glad you said that. Because I'm glad you said that. Because it's not Trill and OG Boxing Talk. It's the Trill. That's who it is. It ain't me. I didn't create nothing. I ain't the top dog. I have no say-so in the operations of the Ldbc whatsoever. I am what you call a soldier marching off to war. That's it. Just a soldier marching off to war, just like everybody else standing in the line. What are we trying to do? What we trying to do is we are trying to make sure that black fighters get the representation that they deserve in the media, that arguments that when somebody's trying to tear down somebody else, that there's a group of people that will counter that narrative. If it's necessary to initiate a narrative and let people know of a certain fact that they're not paying attention to let that be known. To also keep the history of boxing and the historical fighters in the forefront of people's minds, right? All those kind of different things, man, and that's just what people are doing. And it's lovely to see people doing it and do what they can do. But I'm not the Ldbc. I'm just a civil servant, homie. That's it. You want to salute somebody to the takeover, man? Go talk to 78. That's his shit. And here's the thing, too. You actually have grown men that can be okay with that. That's extremely unique. For you to find that many adult, egotistical black men that can acknowledge an informal pecking order without getting in their feelings. That's it. And we have many people that can do that. It's truly exceptional, dog. It's truly exceptional. I'm trying to pay Curtis Anderson for OG Boxing Talk. That dude won't even take my money. I'm like, the people are like, oh, you guys are trolling for money. Dude, I be trying to pay Curtis Anderson. Curtis, can I pay you? Blood, can I pay you? KQ, can I pay you? Trap House, can I pay you? No. You cannot. We doing this. Don't worry, we got our own shit. They won't even take my money. And I tried to give them the money. They won't take that shit. You find somebody else. We know about George Foreman taking that money. We know you're taking that money, Georgie Pudgy. We know Dan is taking them trips. We know Dan is taking them. We know Dan is getting them hotel rooms. We know that. We know that. These cats won't even take the money. Won't even take it. How you gonna get better than that, dog? How you gonna get better? Man, the expert genius said these haters mad though, stacking the odds, and we still win, stacking them checks, calling who's next, tell them you know who you should give in. Let me read that again. These haters mad though. Yes, stacking the odds, and we still win, stacking them checks, calling who's next, telling you you should give in. Yeah. But they ain't gonna give in. They're gonna be like that devil snare. It's just love, man. It's love. Others UK said, for 9, we must realize that we are obligated to support the Ldbc. Look, man, you ain't. Somebody said thank you to the Patreon. By the way, on the Patreon, I got my breakdown. I've got my abstract up. It's up. Okay. It's in the Black Code series, and it's in the description of We Built Our Own Prison. What I talked about before, go check it out on Patreon. For the patrons. That's the abstract of what I'm working on. And quite honestly, I do think that shit's gonna be a book. I think I'm gonna make that a book, like a straight up book. Because that subject, that's an argument, dude. I think I want to be able to make, because I do believe it's true. Zeus, hold on a second. Come here. Shut up. What up? Shut up. All right. Sorry about that. My dog was going to go berserk. Somebody's outside the door. Somebody said big dog in the background. Oh, yeah, he'll get you. I want the first copy of the book. Yeah, man. It's going to take a minute, but dude, I think it's a good look. Let me know what you think about the topic. Because it combines Francis Cress Wellesley, the book that I'm referring to it in, Neely Fuller Jr., and it synthesized it into a different argument. And I think you guys will like it. He says, Kane sound like a Cane Corso. He's an Anatolian shepherd. He's big. He's as big as a Cane Corso. For 9, it's not about the money for Ldbc boxing. lowest common number of boxing, home of the U.S. demographic. Fanon, it's not about the money. Fanon, it's about the love we give each other, and the truth is bigger than the money. Yeah, man, clearly, because that's the kind of love cats give, man. That's what's up. I appreciate y'all like 100 miles an hour. Oh, the book is called Civilized to Death. The book is called Civilized. The book that my book of the month is Civilized to Death. I don't know. If y'all want to start a Patreon book club, we can do it because I'm back reading. I've read the book that I'm going through right now is called, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm listening to them because I don't have time to literally sit down and read the book. I've got to do it while I'm doing other things. So I'm audio booking this one. But it's called Civilized to Death. Zeus about to start biting these trolls. Gary versus Leo 2020. I think it could happen, but I think it could happen. I think they're pushing it. They're going to push to make that happen. I think. But anyway, I was close. They are huge. Oh, yeah. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. And he will fuck you up. Thank you very much. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. But Deontay Wilder, that's what I want to talk, because I'm probably going to go to like 12:15 today. I've got my winner a little bit. But what's going on, Noop? Bam Bam Tweed. My man, what's going on, Fi? I was using an example, man, because some of these cats, man, like, we got a great organization, man. We got a great organization. There's a lot of guys that are really, really down for the cause. And cats that are really down for the cause should really be celebrated. And I met, and not in meet, I just talked to a cat that is really down for the cause. One of the best young men I've met in a long time. And I mean, it was really a great conversation to have with him. Very encouraging about what we're doing in the Ldbc. Vladimir's dad said, Ldbc simply lets me know that I'm not crazy. Ldbc stays digging up the truth. Appreciate your hard work. Yeah, man, because they'll drive you crazy. Because you don't have, for people that don't have the time or the energy to look up the information, they will just delude you with, they will just, is it deluge? They will just overwhelm you with marketing material. They'll overwhelm you with marketing material. And marketing material is not research. Most of these guys that are talking about boxing, you might as well put out there, this is a paid advertisement. Because it is. Literally, ESPN, any article written by ESPN, even if it is factually correct and you agree with it and you can think it's neutral, whatever you want to say, it's still a paid advertisement because the guy got paid by ESPN to write it. Same thing with it's just that's what it is. The combination, and so you got to sort through all of that stuff. And people trust a lot of things that, honestly, man, you trust in certain people's understanding of this knowledge of the history of boxing. That's very dangerous, especially when you don't need to. Shit, there's all kind of information to look it up and verify it for yourself. Mass Arm says, shout out to Zeus. Keep up the great work. You have me waiting every day for new videos to come out. Man, thanks, Mass Arms. I appreciate you, man. Because you have to watch the videos. Because I'm a video channel. I'm not a live stream channel, really. I do a live stream. I do a live stream every day, but the base of my channel is the videos. The proudest thing I am of doing is the Patreon. The base of my channel is the videos, though. That's where I think the bread and butter is, because you get to make an argument in the video. This is me chopping it up and having great conversations with you guys. So when you support the videos and watch the videos, man, I really, really, really appreciate you guys, man, for that. But Curtis Sand said, I saw Ivy Webb, Sister Ivy Webb's in the building. That's what's up. James Fanon, you should take a moment and pat yourself on the back. I don't always think it's a coincidence that Fury versus Wilder will have the ring title on line after you call Dan Rayfield mixed ring with the lineal. Yeah, but I watch, man. I'll believe that shit when I see it. I appreciate what you're saying, Dan. But that would be the case because they were ring number 1 and number 2. They're already ranked that way, so it's going to be on the line with the number 1, number 2. But watch this. What happens if Anthony Joshua beats Andy Ruiz? Are they going to leave Anthony Joshua at number 3? Personally, I think it's ridiculous that Ring has Tyson Fury as number 1. That's their belt, and they can do whatever the fuck they want to do with their belt. I don't think Tyson Fury deserves to be number 1. Oh, and even if you put Anthony Joshua into the number 1 spot over Deontay Wilder, which I don't think he deserves, Tyson Fury, if Anthony Joshua beats Andy Ruiz, Tyson Fury does not belong above Anthony Joshua, in my opinion. I don't think he's done anything, man. He's not done anything. Okay, and quite honestly, there's a very good chance that Tyson Fury's night is going to be very short against Deontay Wilder. Very short. He can't go left. He can't go left. I mean, he can't go to his right. Is that a way? I always mix that up. Deontay Wilder, if I'm trying to get away from your right hand, which is over here, I have to go to my right. Okay? Yeah, is that right? Because your right hand is over there. I don't want to go that way, which is my left. I have to go to my right. So he can't go to his right because his eye's fucking gashed. That's his left eye that's got that big ass gash over it that he had plastic surgery on. So the fact that he has to go that way to stay away from the right means more than likely his ass is going to get hit in that eye with a left hook. And that shit's going to open up. And if he goes the other way, he's going to sleep. That's the big risk Tyson Fury runs with that eye. Because he's got to come forward, lean in. Come forward and lean in. Hey, get hit on the way in or get hit on the way out. It's just Fury is better than AJ in their eyes, no matter if he wins against Ruiz. Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, I think they're all out there just trying to find a way not to have Deontay Wilder be where Deontay Wilder should be. The guy's been champion. He was champion at the same time Vladimir Klitschko was. How is this guy? He's a reigning champion for 5 years. He's been champion since 2005. How can he not? Of the guys of top wins, he beat Luis Ortiz twice. He fought Tyson Fury. He's got 10 title defenses. How do you guys keep missing this guy? How do you keep missing him? Really? You can't miss him unless you, just like, who said that? I think BFTB said that, man. Shout out to Best Fight the Best. Just like Best Fight the Best said. How did you miss Deontay Wilder setting up that left hand if you didn't intentionally miss him doing that? It was obvious that he was setting up that right hand. He came out throwing left hooks. Jabs, left hooks to the body. He was doing all he could to get the guy to move right. Like, if you're going to go left, I'm going to hit you. You're going to walk into these. He kept doing it, kept doing it, and kept doing it. But for some reason, nobody noticed it. These guys that are boxing experts didn't notice it. What's going on, BFTB in the building? Man, subscribe to BFTB. Take your ass to the graveyard. Take your ass to the graveyard. Buddy Lee said, Fury white though for 9. That's really the thing. Oh, Fury's white though. That's really the thing. They got Fury's odds favored in Vegas as of this morning. That's going to be because people are going to bet and they're going to fucking lose. I would put his ass in the favorite too, so I can take their money. Yeah, I'll give you good odds on this fight that I bet Tyson Fury's going to lose because he's going to get his ass knocked the fuck out. I would do that too. Yeah, give him odds, sucker. Yeah. It's like, hey, man, yeah. What? Go ahead and bet. Yeah, go ahead and bet. Go ahead and bet. The Gravedigger salute. Yes, sir. Why not? Tyson is not going to fight with his back almost. Is going to fight with his back almost turned towards Wilder, then complain when he gets hit in the back of the head. I think he's going to get hit in that big ass gut. That's 2 fights in a row with left hooks to the body, man. Left hooks to the body. Jabs to the body. That body ain't going anywhere, man. He got, dude. Tyson Fury had problems with Adam Wallen, man. Problems with Adam Wallen because Adam Wallen jabbed him to the body. That big ass body cannot go anywhere, man. It can't go anywhere. This can go somewhere. This on that big ass dude ain't going nowhere. It's right there. It's right there. And as soon as he dips his hands down, this is open. He's got to take jabs to the body. He's got to take left hooks to the body. He has to. And he's got to go left with a busted eye. There's a whole lot of things, dude. And he's already dented. He's dented. Hey, Gravy Davidson, Fanon, I was watching your videos and subscribed to your channel before you claimed Ldbc. Matter of fact, you turned me on to Trill and 78. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, before I actually came out and said it, but I was always there. I was always there, pretty much. Always, that was always the intention for me. But yeah, man, I had like, before I said Ldbc, I had like 10,000. I think maybe 13. Actually, I waited. My original intent was, I was like, you know, I'm going to put Ldbc in the hashtag, put Ldbc in the video when I get to like 10,000, right? Because I wanted to make sure that I brought something to the table. So I had like 10,000. I think I was at 10,000 before that was my original goal. I'm going to get to 10,000 subscribers before I do that. Once I got to 10, I was like, I waited till I got to 13. So when I got to 13, that's when I was like, okay, now I'll just say it. And then what I did was I was like, all right, there's other good channels out there as well. Let me try to help grow the Ldbc. So I pointed out Best Fight the Best, you know, guys like Best Fight the Best, who's an excellent channel, really great content. And now he's a source that you can go to every day. Dude, his live streams are just, dude, it is a mixture between a library and a torture chamber. Like, it's a library torture chamber. Like, get your ass into this motherfucking Iron Maiden, and the only way you can get out of this shit is if you know what the fuck you talking about. And he puts you in the Iron Maiden first. Shut your ass up. The fuck back down. That motherfucker got torture devices in that bitch. Excellent channel, man. Brian Knight said, 8 for 9. Did Wilder even ever fought a pressure style fighter who would be in your grill? A pressure style fighter who would be in your grill. Dominic Brazil's a little bit of that. I don't know. I got to go look. If they did, they got their ass knocked out. If they did, they got their ass knocked out. Because that shit is going to him. Snooze. Oh, Spilka? Yeah, Spilka a little bit. Yeah, I guess Spilka. BFTB broke down the history of Wilder and Joshua Beef, and I was amazed. Oh, yeah, he's got that shit memorized. He's got it memorized. I listen because I want to be reminded. I wanted to be reminded. You know what I'm saying? Chris Arreola. Yeah, Chris Arreola is a pressure fighter. Yeah, that's true. There you go. Ortiz isn't really a pressure fighter. He's a counter puncher. He was pressuring, but he decided to come forward and yep. Short circuit of all your systems, homie. Yeah, man. BFTB is off the chain, man. Oh man, he be off the chain. But seriously though, you really got to know what you're talking about. Like, you shouldn't really do it. If you don't know what you're talking about, you should just stay away. But that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people just don't know what they're talking about. And they do their research from the media. See, what my thing is I'm telling you that the media is not a reliable source. It's not a reliable source to develop an understanding on any particular issue. It's a market because they're PR. They're really public relations in large part. Like, they're not like a journalist that is going out, to cover a war and is, in the trenches and who are looking out for these sources and leaking information that would help you understand that the narrative of the status quo narrative isn't right. You know what I mean? They're not doing that type of shit. What they're doing is, by and large, They are getting press releases and quotes from the promoters and giving them to you, right? They will say, hey, a source from this tells me this fight is going to be this day. That is not journalism. That is public relations. I am going to give to you information that this promoter wants you to have. And they are coming to me with the information, and I am letting everybody know, hey, public, this fighter is coming out. Also, this top 10 pound for pound list, that's not journalism. That is something that is selling. You are helping promoters or fighters sell themselves by giving them a status that you assign them that is supposed to mean that they're a better fighter than anybody else who is listed below them, right? Regardless of the weight class. That is not journalism. You're not providing people with facts that they didn't know. You are, at anything, giving them an op-ed. You're giving them an opinion, right, of what you think about a particular fighter. You're not giving us any facts that we're not commonly known that would help me form my opinion, enable me to have a more intelligent opinion. You're literally giving me my opinion, your opinion. No, man, that shit is shaky at the best. So what I'm saying is, look, man, that's not the best source. If you want to know how, like, will they say Deontay Wilder has only fought 2 top 10 opponents? Somebody put that up on Twitter today. And my thing was this: what the fuck are you talking about? That's not possible. What do you mean Deontay Wilder's only had 2 top 10 wins? That's just not true. Deontay, and you can go and look it up. Deontay Wilder, first of all, you got to understand, top 10 of what? That's the, questions, ask questions. Top 10 of what? The top 10, the top 10 best heavyweights. Only Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz are 2 of the best 10 heavyweights. No, dude, that's not how that works. Hey, Kennedy Leonard, hold on, man. Yes, he was. Ortiz was top 10. I'm almost positive he was top 10 here, but he was a replacement guy. But at a point, the way they're defining it, he's a former top 10 fighter. But here's the thing. Let me explain to you what I mean. Deontay Wilder is a WBC champion. He's WBC. He represents the WBC. He sits in a ranking system that is developed and maintained by the WBC. The only people that he can fight are people that are approved by the WBC. You have to be a top 10 fighter in the WBC. So how many fighters were actually top 10 fighters by the WBC when he fought them and knocked them out? 10. 10 at least. 10 at least. And he knocked out 9 of them at least. So when you say something like he only fought 2 top 10 opponents, you have to be talking about something other than the WBC. Right? And I know who you're talking about. You're talking about either Ring Magazine's top 10 heavyweights or ESPN's top 10 heavyweights or Ring Magazine's top 10 heavyweights. Since none of them put on fights and none of them have the ability to sanction fights for Deontay Wilder, those are all just opinions. So what I'm saying is that the media is not a reliable source for information because they are not giving you they are giving you public relations. Listen to what Steve Kim referred to, that when you have a guy in the media referring to PBC pom-pom waivers, does that sound unbiased to you? Does that sound neutral to you? Doesn't to me. Doesn't to me. It sounds like you don't like them. It sounds like you are trying to. Are you going through a fact-based analysis about whether or not what somebody says you disagree with? Or are you just calling names? I think you're just calling people names. That's what PR people do. That's not what journalists do. Journalists make coherent arguments based up by facts that they've gathered and that you can independently verify. Except if they're using a confidential source. And even when you're using a confidential source, the confidential source should only be used if you know for sure that they're not hiding behind their anonymity, right? That's journalistic ethics. You don't see any of that in boxing media. You see very little of that at all with the quote unquote boxing media. They're not media. They're public relations. Call it what it is. They're public relations. Dan Rayfield is public relations for ESPN's boxing division. Ring Magazine is public relations, is outsourced public relations for the people that they choose to work with. That's it. And since they are public relations, you take everything they say with a grain of salt. You know why? And let me explain what it means to take it with a grain of salt. What do you put on? Why would you put salt on food? Because it don't taste quite right. Eat it with a grain of salt. Just put a little salt on it and swallow it. It'll taste better because it's going to be real bland and you might not want it without it. Now, what they refer to it is take it with a grain of salt, which is listen to it, but don't really pay attention to it. Don't put too much into that, right? Don't put too much into that. Take what they say with a pound of salt. That's my position. Ivan Garcia says, stumbling across a boxing live stream yesterday, and the whole thing was about how Wilder's power is overrated and how Ortiz has never fought anybody. It's disgusting how people can give him that credit. Look, man, they're lying. They're lying. And, well, no, let me put it this way. What they're saying is completely irrelevant. That's maybe not lying because they're giving their opinion. Let me try to state this as properly as I can. Part one, Deontay Wilder's power is overrated. How's it rated? Because in order to say it's rated or underrated or overrated, you got to tell me how it's rated. Okay? Now, if I tell you that I rate it extremely high because he's knocked down everybody that he's fought, that's true. How am I overrating it? And even if I do overrate it, what's the difference? The guy still got knocked out. And Ortiz never fought anybody. That's not true. Ortiz has fought a lot of people. Fought Deontay Wilder. He fought Brandon Jennings. He fought Christian Hamer. He fought the guy he fought before that. He fought the guy that he fought before that. He fought a bunch of guys. So obviously he's fought somebody. But let me ask you, do you ever take into consideration that people would not fight him? You think that maybe the reason why they didn't fight him is because he's a southpaw? What's going on, J-Dubs, 20 Texas? He's a southpaw. Don't we hear that constantly, that people don't like to fight southpaws? Because you're not used to fighting southpaws, and southpaws are used to fighting orthodox fighters? Is that something was made up specifically for Luis Ortiz? Or is that a truism in boxing? My understanding is that's the case in boxing. So he's a southpaw, number one. Number two, counterpunchers. Do people like to fight counterpunchers? People that will punch when you punch, right? Who will punch while you're punching, catch you in between your punches. Do people like to fight counterpunchers? No. Do they like to fight Cubans? No. Do they like to knock out people who like to fight people who have the ability to knock you out, who are heavy punchers? No. There's nothing ideal about fighting Luis Ortiz. Nothing. And nobody is beating him except for Deontay Wilder, which puts him in the same place, as everybody else Deontay Wilder fought. They didn't beat him either. What's going on, Trick Noty, man? I am chilling like a villain. Loving it. Loving life. Loving life. Loving the brotherhood of the Ldbc. Loving all this content you guys are putting out. Loving the conversations that are going around. Loving it, man. Loving arguing with people on Twitter. I never knew Twitter was that fun. I get to be a troll. I get to be and I think I'm a better troll than y'all. I think I'm a world-class troll. Like, I can out-troll. I didn't realize my trolling skills were that good. Because pretty damn good. Pretty damn good at trolling. Like, I've been watching trolls. Like, I got so many trolls. So many people who would try to troll me with this, troll me with that because I was a troll, because I've been trolled so much, I know how people troll. There's like 10 or 11 different ways people try to troll, right? Basically. And after hearing all these trolls, I just was like, oh, I can do that a lot better. Let me improve upon your trolling with this troll. Oh, you got a picture you want to show? I got a picture too. I got a picture too. How about that? Fanon got that Twitter itch. Yeah, man, it's just fun, man. Because it's easier than putting out videos and allows me to continue to put out content throughout the day, dog. But I know what I'm doing is trolling too. I know it. I know. On Twitter, I'm a troll. That's my Twitter troll alter ego. Troll alter ego. Over here, I'm not trolling. Here, I'm serious business. I'm serious business. Okay, we talking about boxing for real over here. I'm sharing my opinion. I'm creating my own material. Over on Twitter, though, I'm looking at your shit. I'm looking at your shit. And I'm trying to poke hole in your shit. Okay? Since you motherfuckers want to do that shit to me, I'm doing that shit to you. Oh, really? What you say? Why is this guy the number one power? Oh, okay. Boom. And I'll go back and forth with you. I'll write a 15-page paragraph for you on your shit. Knowing damn well I'm taking up your fucking time. But it don't matter the difference to me because I'm doing the shit when I'm walking on a treadmill. Like getting the fat off, trolling, getting off the fat off, trolling. That shit's fun, man. So like now I feel complete. Okay. I have Patreon is my intellectual side. I finally found an outlet that allows me to talk about the academic issues and issues non-related to boxing, even some political issues that are socio-political, religious issues, all that I get to talk about with people that want to talk about with me. Love it. Then boxing, I get to do the hardcore boxing fan shit over here. And then I get to be a troll on Twitter. I'm thinking maybe Instagram should be for the artistic side. Like start doing memes and stuff like that on Instagram. But it's fun, man. That's why I'm saying, man, I love it, man. I love it. I love it. They like that fight, Aldo Wow, or have you ever heard his name? They like to fight Aldo Wiley, or have you ever heard his name? You talking about Wiley, like the guy that does like the video breakdowns? Lee Wiley? I know a guy named Lee. I know of a guy named Lee Wiley. I think he's the guy that does I like him. I like Lee Wiley on Twitter. He's a smart guy. And he talks about the technical side of boxing, which is not, which I don't do a lot of because I ain't trying to fake no funks, okay? I ain't trying to fake no funk. Maybe one day I'll sit down for like a day with a boxing trainer, like a world-class trainer, and walk through technique, like what they're seeing. I think that shit would be fun. I troll by saying positive things about Wilder that really gets people mad. Yeah, that'll get them too. It'll get them too. That will. Yeah, that will. Some of y'all need to get, let me say, some of y'all need to proofread your messages before you press sending. Hey, man, I was not impressed with Usyk's heavyweight debut at all. He doesn't have enough power. Okay, I'm just trying to check for something around here, around these parts. What's going on, Don Zebe? Hey, Sal, that's what's up, Don. You follow me on Twitter. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm just having fun over there, man. If you see me getting petty, I'm just being petty. I'm having fun. Trick Notes said the great Curtis Anderson said Wilder's KO of Ortiz reminded him of Foreman in Moore fight. Yeah, it was the same punch. Wilder using that left hook to the body to steer Ortiz right into a straight right hand. Yep, and he blinded him. He also, by the way, man, it was also the same punch, the same setup that dropped Fury in the 12th round. It was the same setup. It was the blinding jab and a straight right. He blinded him with that, and the straight right came right behind it. That's what he did to Fury too. And Fury also had his hands right here, and that shit hit him right here. Right here. So what you gonna do? Defend like this, Fury? You gotta switch between here because they're trained to do this. They're trained to hold the phone. Isn't that the saying? Hold the phone. Like, hold the phone. Hold the phone. That's where you go. You defend like this. Hold the phone. So you can protect your temples. You protect your chin. Wilder said, bop, right on the forehead and knocked you out. Right on the forehead, homie. Yeah, dog. Why do they hate Wilder so much? He gives fans what they want. No, they don't. Deontay Wilder does not give those guys what they want. Not at all. They want him to lose. Okay? They want him to lose. See, you got to understand that with those guys, what they say, they never say what they mean. Because they can't say what they mean. You know what I mean? They can't say it. For example, give me an example. When somebody comes up and calls me a racist, what they really want to do is call me a nigga. That's what they really want to call me. But they think they're cute, so they will bring up the subject of race, blame me for it, and all the same time saying something like, I know I am, I know you are, but what am I? Type of fucking tactic. That's what they mean. Every time I hear it, I'm like, yeah, you probably just want to call me a nigga. That's what you're saying. That's what you mean. You guys are all those racist channels. Ain't never called no Mexicans no racist channels. You don't call Mike Montero no racist. You don't call Steve Kim one. You just call people that say good things about black people racist. So I have to assume that I have to translate your racist into the word that I would think you would really mean, with the word that you really think you mean, that I think you mean. You know what I mean? Words have definitions, and the word is meant to communicate that definition. So if you say, look, man, will you hand me that fork? But it's this that you give me. Hey, do you want this fork? I would say, oh, in my mind, you mean wrench. Because when I think fork, I think something I eat food with, but fork, you really mean something that you undo bolts with. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, thank you. I'll take that. I'll take the fork. That's all I got to do. It's because I understand what you mean. You know what I mean? So when you go back to, let me get the super chat there. Goalkeeper 3000, I'm tired of the media tearing down Wilder. I'm so tired of the racism and biasing, especially in the Latino community. Being Latino myself, I want to make a video about it. You think I should do it? I think you should do what you think. I think that you should set a goal for it and what you want to accomplish. And if it's constructive for you, then go ahead and do it. If it is not constructive towards a goal for you, then you might not want to do it. Simple. You know what I mean? Whether you should do something or you don't do something is depending on what you think that's going to accomplish, right? If I hit my dog, like, should I hit my dog upside the head with this fork? If I do, and I kill my dog, my dog died, I'm going to jail. For cruelty to animals. Or my dog gets a sense and knows what I'm doing, don't want to be like, man, this motherfucker tried to hit me. Rah! Rips my fucking arm off because he's big enough to do it. Not a smart decision. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, nah, that's not a good decision, all things considered. So I just think, as far as doing videos and all that stuff, man, like I said, it depends on your goals. What are you trying to achieve? Lay out those goals and then make a decision, make an informed decision about whether or not you doing that is constructive or non-constructive. That's the code. And we talk about that on the Patreon. Good question. So I wouldn't give you a solid yes or no. I would ask you to think about that. And if it's not constructive, then no. But there you go. That's what I would say. Personally, I don't call that racism. I don't think that it is. I think what you have is bigotry. Like what you might describe as bigotry or a dislike of, a lack of respect. But I would not use that word when I'm talking about, like, because I've got Cuban family. And I know that there's Jamaicans that don't like American black people. I wouldn't call the Jamaicans racist or the Nigerians racist. I wouldn't call Mexicans that. I wouldn't even call Steve Kim that. I don't think Steve Kim is that. I just think Steve Kim's an asshole who's pandering to people that he believes are that way. That's what I think. But again, that's my definition of the word, how I define the word. How you define it could be something completely different. It probably is. But it's important for you to define your own words and make sense of words. So when you're communicating something, you're communicating those ideas effectively. Lowest common denominator boxing, home of the U.S. demographic, said, Fanon, every time I make a pro-black post, I get either called a racist or accused of making racist posts on social media every time. No, you get called a nigger. That's what you're getting called. Just transpose the word because that's what they mean. That's it. Easy peasy for me. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make no sense. I'm speaking positively about black people. Why? How am I discriminating against somebody based on race? If that's the definition of it, right? If that's the definition you have for it, how am I saying, I think Deontay Wilder is the best fighter in the world? How am I being racist by complimenting Deontay Wilder, right? I've been called, and I'm sure you will be called a racist for saying Deontay Wilder would beat Anthony Joshua. They're both black people. How am I being racist by saying one black person would beat another black person? How does that fall into the typical definition, the standard definition of racist? It doesn't. But if you transpose that word nigga in it, the sentence works perfectly. You're a nigga always talking about other niggas. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I get your meaning. That's what they're doing. Am I bullshitting? Doesn't the word work better? Right? Can you give me a fork? Oh, I can give you a wrench. Oh, wrench? That makes sense. You just call wrench a fork. Why do you call wrench a fork? I don't know. My dad always said it was a fork. That's what I was told. I was told it was a fork. You call it a wrench? Oh, okay, great. Goalkeeper, and when I support and speak out about racism in the black community, I'm called in lover. Shake my head. That's ridiculous. There you go. But see, they're transposing the word. But it is what it is, dog. Look, man. Hey, man, you say you're Latino? Yeah, I caught that. I got that to begin with. Yeah, I originally got it. Look, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. I wouldn't worry about it, man. If you telling the truth, tell the truth. There's black people don't like what I got to say. When I'm like, look, man, we don't run shit. We run nothing. Okay, I don't really care what none of they say. We don't run nothing. When they say they control the world, everything, that's not an issue. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. A whole lot of black people don't like when I say that. Whole bunch of them. When I say, look, man, ADOS, you're wasting your time. But if you get some, call me. You know what I mean? If you get some, call me. But other than that, I don't really know what that's going to accomplish. There's a lot of people that don't like when I say that in the black community. But it is what it is. That's what I think. I have the right to think what I think. And you're not going to affect me too much. Unless that is, you convince me otherwise. You convince me otherwise, then hey, man, cool. You know what I mean? But like I said about the ADOS, hey, if you get the money, call me. I'm going to take mine. Don't worry about that shit. Oh, really? Okay, give me the money. Thank you. How much do I get? $50. Oh, well, great shit. Oh, well, fuck it. I'll go get me a bottle of rum. I'll go get me a bottle of scotch. Decent bottle of scotch out of that. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Our girl Cecilia Breakers is fighting on Saturday. Yes, sir. Got to check out Cecilia Breakers. But look, man, I got nothing but love. I ain't got nothing but love for Latino folk. I don't even know what that means, to tell you the truth, though. Like, I don't even know what that means, truthfully. Are you Puerto Rican? Are you Cuban? Or you just speak Spanish? Spanish is a European language. Latin is a European language. Latin is. Are you Spanish or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, I'm from Puerto Rico, and we're going to keep speaking the truth and expose these double standards pretty much. What's going on, AKW Beats, man? What's good, man? Oh, yeah, we got 319 people on it, 207 likes. Man, hit that like button or hit the dislike button. But because I know you're in here. I know you're in here. I know you are. I know you are. And I know you don't like it. I know I don't like it. But just like the song says, you're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? You're so vain. You know that song? That's the one thing I love about this shit. Dude, you can talk shit and everybody that don't like you will think you talking about them. You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you. It's not. It's not about you. It's about you. Not you. It's about you. Goalkeeper said, if I ever live in AL, I'm taking you to a Guatemalan restaurant. I mean, that's what's up, man. We can do it. I'll be in LA one of these days. I got a good friend out there in LA, man. Latino is an ethnicity based on culture. White and race is separate. Canelo is white, Mexican, Latino. Is he really white? His brother don't look that way. You got a different parent or something? He looked like he just passing or something. But it is what it is. Don't make me a difference. It don't really make me a difference. It's all whatever it is, dog. I got my own theory. Go to Patreon about that. I got my own theory about that. Those are distinctions without a difference. My son caught up to a distinction without a difference. I was like, I bet this dude, he don't never listen to me. I was like, man, explain to me what a distinction is. What does distinction without a difference means? He said, oh, like two things that are called different, but they're basically like the same thing. Like, you know, you play for the Hawks or you play for the Toronto Raptors. It's a distinction without a difference because they're both NBA. They're both basketball players. I was like, oh, yeah, pretty good. I think he took me for some money off of that. Then I ain't paying him because I already pay his rent. Yes, I will. I pay my son my bets. I always lose bets to my son on purpose. Recessive trait, we all have it. So, yo, who cares about what color you are? You're good with me. Sorry, I'm at work right now, but you're okay with me, my brother. That's what's up, Chad Hamilton. I mean, you ain't got to tell me. I'm cool. Hey, I'm straight. I appreciate you, though. Check for Patreon fams, full support, yes, sir. Mexican is a nationality, Latino is an ethnicity. Well, then, is it really? I don't know if Mexican's a nationality because you got people that people are Mexican that were never lived in Mexico. You know what I mean? And if I was born in Mexico, they would think I was Mexican. Is a Chinese person born in Mexico Mexican? See how messed up that is? You know what I mean? Isn't a Chinese person that's born in the United States still Chinese? Chinese is an ethnicity, isn't it? Is a nationality. See, all that stuff is muddled. All that shit is muddled. You got to simplify it. If you don't, it's all muddled. It's all confusion. You know, for example, somebody say somebody's, a mixed race person is not black. We have this conversation a lot. We'll talk about this for the last several minutes of the video. A mixed race person is not black, right? Okay, so what is Zoe Kravitz? Zoe's mother her mother is mixed, right? Her father is mixed. What is she? Neither one of her parents are European. She's black. Two black people who are mixed make a black baby. They don't make a white baby. See? Dog, it's either white or non-white. That's the only distinction that matters. All this other shit is a distinction without a difference. In my opinion. It's just a distinction without a difference. And that's what people don't get. It don't matter if Leo Santa Cruz will have his ass picked up out of a strawberry field and deported quickly. Okay. So it's just, are you the flavor of the month? Or are you not the flavor of the month, dog? That's how I see it. But y'all can see it the way you want, dog. That's your opinion. It is my opinion. Absolutely. You are 100% right. Oh, no. No. She is black. Then I'm a mutt. She's what I am. It's my opinion that I'm black. It's not my opinion that I'm black. I was told that I was black. I'm the same thing she is. So how is it my opinion if she has basically the same mixture that I do and I'm black, why isn't she black? Right? That's what I am. Okay? My mom got the DNA test. She got an ounce of black, like an ounce of that shit, like a little sprinkle. Boop. And she was black. My daddy's black. I'm black. Her mama black. Her daddy's black. She black. What's the difference? It's not but here's the thing. It's not my opinion. I don't have say-so over that. You don't have say-so over that. What's going on, Renee Box Young? You don't have say-so over that. You know who has say-so over that? The people that invented the class of black people. The people that have the power to name somebody on the census, this group or that group, and they'll change this group's name to that group. We were colored. The same people that you realize that there were no black people in America until around 1969. There were no black people in the United States at all. There was only colored people. There were only colored people. Right? And now there's no more black people. There are African Americans. Isn't she African American? Doesn't she have parents that are descended from Africans? And isn't she American? So is she African American? Can you be African American and not be black? You see all this confusion? See all this shit? It makes no fucking sense. None of that shit makes sense. It's not meant to make sense. It's meant to confuse you. They're all distinctions without a difference. There's not a spectrum. So there's somebody who's slightly less black or more black? What's the spectrum? Is the spectrum based on lineage or is the spectrum based on skin color? Because my son's not mixed. My son has a black mother, black father. He is lighter skinned than his friend several of his friends who have white parents. So is he less black than them because he's lighter skinned than they are, who have a white parent who is darker than he is? It doesn't see it. Shit's just confusing, dude. That's all it is, man. It's a bunch of fucking muddled bullshit. It's just muddled bullshit. Okay? Race is racism. The whole thing about racism is you put people in races. And you can name the race this, you can name the race that. It doesn't matter, dude. They're all distinctions without differences in the larger scheme of things. Of course, Obama's black. Ain't nobody confused about that. They know he's black. But it's just, that's what I'm telling you, Neely Fuller Jr., unless you know what it is and how it works, everything else you think you know will only confuse you. And whenever you can have a discussion like this and I can confuse you, you know that shit is in play. A man can be born a man, but it's his opinion about whether or not he's a man or not, right? Isn't that what they're telling you? Hey, a man, a guy born with male reproductive organs, whose testosterone flows freely through his brain, through his body, is only a man if he feels like he's a man. So something that is purely objective, they turn and make subjective. But something like race, which is completely subjective, people treat as if it is objective. All of that shit is just confusing. And to act like it's not confusing, I don't know if you're really being truthful. Okay? It's confusing. It is your opinion, in my opinion, about what is what. I've never ever known, even if you're light-skinned or dark-skinned, am I light-skinned or am I dark-skinned? That shit for me has always been funny because it depends on who you're talking to. If you're talking to my wife's family, I'm dark-skinned. If you talk to my dad's family, I'm light-skinned. If you're talking to Swedish people, I am dark-skinned. If you were talking to here's the thing. There's this, and I'm going to end on this. This is what it is. There's this story. Just imagine this, okay? There's a guy standing in the middle of a field. In the middle of a field, middle of a square field. He has a hat with 4 colors. One is white, one is black, one is red, one is yellow. You got a guy in the corner that can only see the white, a guy that can only see the black, another guy that can only see the yellow, and one guy that can only see the red. And you ask each one of them what color the hat is. They will argue with each other into infinity that they know what the color of the hat is. But the truth of the matter is that the hat is all those colors. It's none of them. It's just none of them. Think about it. And that's where we are with a lot of things in society. It's a bunch of shit that designed to cause confusion. Even this impeachment shit. You think he's really getting impeached? You think he's really getting impeached? Doing all this talk about it? Notorious GP, you don't get to think about it. The hat, people think the hat is the color that they can see from their point of view. But the truth of the matter is that the hat has all 4 colors in it. But a person can only see what they see. So you have 4 people now arguing about the color of the hat, and the man in the middle just kind of laughing. Because it's none of them. Straight up. Straight up. Now, y'all can take that or leave it, homie, but I promise you, been around a while. I don't think it's changing. Anyway, it is what it is, man. It's 12:30, man. Much love to everybody, the support of the chat, everybody in this chat, everybody in the LDBC. Thank you, brothers, for coming around and talking to me this morning. Oh, I watched Watchmen. Curtis Anderson. Yes. Lord have mercy. That last episode of Watchmen was wild. That shit was wild. They could have kept a little sex scene out of it, but it was wild, dude. Curtis, man. Hey, no worry, Velts, man. It's much love. That's my opinion. That's how I see it. That's it. Please don't be offended by anything that I said. The opinions that are voiced on this channel are that of Fanon, just Fanon, not the Ldbc in general, or black people, or non-black people, or brown people, or people from Illinois in general. It is what it is, man. And with that, we out. Peace. Hit me up tomorrow, man. We be back. All right, Narco Champion TV, El Bruto.